The past never stays buried. Not in Washington, not in the shadows where NCIS first took shape, and certainly not in the life of Leroy Jethro Gibbs. Episode 15 of NCIS Origins doesn't just peel back another layer of Gibbs's early years. It rips open a chapter he's spent decades trying to outrun. Titled Johnny Be Good, the episode blends music, memory, and murder into one of the season's most emotionally charged stories yet. The episode opens not with a crime scene, but with a song. A scratchy vinyl record spins under dim light, the needle crackling before the unmistakable guitar riff kicks in. It's energetic, rebellious, alive. But the room it plays in is anything but. It's quiet, stale, untouched by time. Dust dances in the air as if even it remembers what once happened here. Gibbs stands in the doorway. He doesn't move at first, he just listens. For anyone else, it would be background noise. But for Gibbs, it's something else entirely. A trigger, a key, a ghost. He steps forward slowly, eyes scanning the room. The record player is still spinning, but no one is there. No forced entry, no signs of struggle, just that song. And then he sees the blood. The victim is identified as Johnny Boudreau, a name that means nothing to the rest of the team, but everything to Gibbs. Johnny wasn't just a musician, he was a drifter, a small-time performer who played in bars and roadside venues up and down the East Coast. No fixed address, no close family, the kind of man who slips through the cracks of official records. But Gibbs recognizes him immediately. Not from a file, from memory. When questioned, Gibbs offers little, too little. He claims he met Johnny years ago. Just passing through, he says. Didn't know him well. But that's not the truth, and everyone can feel it. There's something different about Gibbs in this episode. He's sharper, quieter, more controlled, but also more distant. Like he's building walls in real time. His partner notices. She watches him hesitate at key moments, watches him avoid certain questions, watches him choose not to pursue leads that seem obvious. It doesn't make sense, unless Gibbs already knows where those leads go. The investigation quickly hits roadblocks. Johnny's last known gig? No one remembers booking him. His records? Incomplete. His connections? Vague, inconsistent, unreliable. It's as if someone has been systematically erasing him. Not just after his death, but long before it. The deeper the team digs, the more the case unravels into something bigger, something deliberate. They find traces of coded messages hidden in Johnny's music recordings, strange financial transactions that don't match his lifestyle, a series of phone calls to unregistered numbers. Johnny wasn't just a musician. He was involved in something far more dangerous. One of the most fascinating elements of Johnny Be Good is how it uses music as a narrative device. Johnny's songs aren't just performances, they're clues. Each track contains subtle variations, different tempos, altered lyrics, hidden patterns. At first, it seems random, experimental, but then someone notices something. The songs form a sequence, a map. As the team decodes the musical clues, they uncover a network of drop points across the city, locations tied to covert exchanges, dead drops, handoffs, meetings that were never meant to be traced. Johnny was part of an underground courier system. But for who and why? The answers lead into dangerous territory, one that brushes up against intelligence agencies, classified operations, and off-the-books missions that even NCIS isn't supposed to touch midway through the episode. The tension shifts. Gibbs receives a message, not through official channels, not through the case. A personal message. Just a few words. You should have stayed out of it. No sender, no context. But Gibbs knows exactly who it's from. And suddenly, everything changes. For the first time in the series, we get extended flashbacks that dive deep into Gibbs's past. Before NCIS, before structure, before rules. We see a younger Gibbs, less guarded, more impulsive, still shaped by loss, but not yet hardened by it. And we see Johnny, alive, loud, charismatic. They weren't just acquaintances, they were friends. Years earlier, Gibbs and Johnny crossed paths during a chaotic period in Gibbs's life, one filled with uncertainty and anger, Johnny was the opposite of Gibbs in every way. Where Gibbs was controlled, Johnny was wild. Where Gibbs was silent, Johnny was expressive. But somehow, it worked. Johnny had a way of pulling Gibbs out of himself, of making him laugh, of reminding him that life wasn't just about survival. For a brief moment in time, Gibbs had something close to peace, but it didn't last. The flashbacks reveal a pivotal event, an operation gone wrong. Details are fragmented at first, shown in flashes and half-remembered moments. A deal, a betrayal, gunfire, Johnny caught in the middle. Gibbs made a choice that night, a choice that saved lives but cost him his friendship. As the truth begins to surface, the present-day investigation becomes more dangerous. The team realizes they're not just chasing a killer, they're stepping into a conflict that never really ended. People are watching them, following them, and when a key witness turns up dead under suspicious circumstances, it becomes clear someone is cleaning up loose ends, starting with Johnny and possibly ending with Gibbs. Gibbs's partner confronts him, not angrily but directly. She knows he's hiding something, knows he's been steering the investigation away from certain paths. She gives him a choice: tell the truth or step off the case. Gibbs doesn't answer right away, but his silence says everything. As more pieces fall into place, a chilling possibility emerges. Johnny wasn't just part of a courier network. He was trying to get out. He had information, dangerous information, that he was planning to expose. And the encoded messages in his music? They weren't just maps. They were insurance, a way to make sure the truth survived him. The breakthrough comes when the team decodes Johnny's final recording. Unlike the others, it doesn't lead to a location. It leads to a name that shocks everyone, because it's someone still active, someone with power, someone who should never have been connected to this. When Gibbs sees the name, something inside him snaps. This isn't just about solving a case anymore. This is about finishing something that started years ago. He goes off-grid, no backup, no authorization, just a direction and a purpose. A confrontation. Years in the making. The climax of Johnny Be Goode builds toward a tense, emotionally charged confrontation. Gibbs finally comes face to face with the person responsible, not just for Johnny's death, but for everything that led up to it. The conversation is quiet, controlled, but beneath it is a storm: accusations, regret, anger, and one devastating revelation. Johnny didn't blame Gibbs, not for what happened back then, not even at the end. The episode doesn't rely on explosive action to deliver its impact. Instead, it focuses on emotional fallout. Gibbs is forced to confront the weight of his past decisions, the ripple effects that carried forward into the present. He wasn't just part of the story, he helped shape it, and now he has to live with that. By the end of the episode, the case is technically solved. The truth comes out. The network is exposed, the immediate threat is neutralized, but it doesn't feel like a victory, because some things can't be undone, some losses can't be avenged, and some ghosts don't stay buried. The final scene mirrors the opening. The same song plays, but this time, it's different, cleaner, clearer. Gibbs sits alone, listening. No crime scene, no urgency. Just memory. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't need to, because for once, the silence isn't empty. It's full. This episode isn't just a standalone story, it's a turning point. It reshapes how we see Gibbs, not as a man who became hardened over time, but as someone who's been carrying weight long before we met him. It also raises bigger questions about the world of NCIS. Origins. How many other cases are connected to hidden pasts? How much of what we've seen is part of something larger? And how far will Gibbs go to keep those pasts from catching up? Johnny Be Goode is more than an episode. It's a reckoning. It blends mystery, emotion, and character development into a story that lingers long after the credits roll. It reminds us that every case has a history, every victim has a story, and every investigator carries ghosts of their own. For Gibbs, this isn't just another case. It's personal, and once the past comes calling, there's no ignoring it.